I'm Tad Flaky,
I'm Lilibet Flaky.
and this is Pointless Global News. On today's show, we have some freeway foreplay in West Virginia with the expected results.
Then, is cougar puberty better or worse than teenage puberty?
Next, a zoo in Denmark is requesting your small pet as food for their predators. And then we'll wrap things up with some Google Street View shenanigans, and Smokey the Bear helps the cops in Florida. But first, a couple in West Virginia was busted when cops pulled over a stolen RV after allegedly spotting a naked man and woman on the driver's seat having sex. Matthew McDonald, age 48, and Shannon Bryant, 35 years old, were driving through Bluefield, West Virginia on July the 2nd when an officer allegedly saw Bryant straddling McDonald on the driver's seat mid-ride. The vehicle was still in motion, and the pair were having sex while driving, according to the complaint. The cops said the two allegedly pulled a switcheroo, and by the time the officer approached the driver's side window, Bryant was the only one behind the wheel, while McDonald was sitting in the passenger seat. Bryant, who candidly told officers, "Yeah, we were fucking," when questioned, appeared to be highly intoxicated when exiting the vehicle, and of course he failed multiple field sobriety tests. McDonald admitted he and Bryant were naked and trying to have sex while driving, and also confessed to making Bryant drive, despite knowing that she was intoxicated. Police searched the RV and found drug paraphernalia, including a bag of white powder. Bryant also told officers that McDonald had discarded items during the traffic stop. After a quick canvass of the area, cops also recovered painkillers and a broken glass pipe. No surprise there. They also discovered that the RV had been reported stolen from nearby Princeton, West Virginia. Anything about?
No
opinion on that?
No opinion on that.
Usually you do, I thought.
I know, but the next story I think you picked just for me, Tad.
You're right, I did.
2025 has seen Max pivot back to HBO Max and Gen Z rebrand extended leave as micro-retirements. Now, the hormonal roller coaster known as Menopause is getting a flashy revamp, too. Move over, JJ. Cougar Puberty is clawing its way into the suburban dictionary. Just don't try to say it 10 times fast. The hysterical new expression wasn't concocted in a boardroom by a group of suits looking to hawk leopard-styled hand fans. It was hatched by two friends staring down the precipice of midlife chrysalis, Christina Kuzmic and Amy Picard. My friend and I were talking about how the stuff I'm going through reminds me of being a teenager or even watching my teenagers be teenagers, said Kuzmic, age 46. The moodiness in my body's changing, and I'm getting hair in places that I didn't expect, she continued. All these funny things are happening again, but now we're cougars, so that's how we sort of came up with Cougar Puberty. A coug is typically a over 40 vixen who pursues significantly younger men. Kuzmic, a married Southern California mom of 3, clarified that cougar puberty has nothing to do with the men part. It has everything to do with the women, since all women go through menopause. The dreadful process begins with perimenopause, a gradual preview of the end of a woman's reproductive years. The phase, which can last an excruciating decade or more, is often characterized by irregular periods, hot flashes, and mood changes because the body is producing less estrogen and progesterone. When your period has ghosted you for a full year, you have officially entered menopause. It usually hits in the U.S. around 51. Cougar puberty represents both periods, perimenopause and menopause. It's kind of like teen years, Kuzmic explained. It covers the small changes at first and then just being in it and not knowing who the hell you are. For Kuzmic, a comedian and author, cougarty has manifested as night sweats, hair loss, weight gain, brain fog, moodiness, and an uncomfortable crop of chin hairs. I'm just starting this lovely road, Kuzmic said. I just started hormones recently, and I don't even know that I experienced the worst of it yet myself. My friend is 10 years older than me, so she's way ahead in it. The midlife mavens filmed a video a few years ago, soft launching the fiery phrase, and it has taken off on TikTok in recent months. If we have to go through this hell, let's at least learn to laugh about it, she said. Let's give it a funny name. Kuzmic advises women facing the change to find themselves a healthcare provider who validates their concerns and takes their symptoms seriously, as well as a good support system. Her husband listens to podcasts and read books on menopause because the most important person in his life is going through it. That helps give her confidence to join the hot flash dance party, a stark contrast to her adolescence, where she struggled with acne, mood swings, insecurity, and body image issues. Which is interesting because my body's changing now, Kuzmic said, but I think I have a better sense of humor about it. Dr. Megan Lochner, who specializes in obstetrics and gynecology at Stony Brook Medicine, offers some suggestions for feeling better during perimenopause and menopause. Know that this phase is temporary and you're not alone. Seek emotional support from friends, colleagues, and healthcare providers. Dress in layers year-round to better manage fluctuating body temperatures. Place a fan on your desk and by your bed, and keep a portable one in your bag to help survive hot flashes. Avoid common triggers like spicy foods and alcohol to minimize hot flashes. Establish a good sleep routine. Consider trying a warm Epsom salt bath with lavender, a cup of chamomile or hibiscus tea, magnesium glycinate, melatonin, meditation, yoga, deep breathing exercises, eye masks, earplugs, or a white noise machine. Limit screen time and alcohol before bed. Experiment with acupuncture, which can help with stress, hot flashes, and sleep disturbances. Talk with your doctor about supplements. Chasteberry, black cohosh, and natural supplements that are soy-based or plant-based may ease hot flashes and low libido. Vitamin D3 with K2 can boost bone health along with calcium-rich foods. Coenzyme Q10 and omega-3 fatty acids are taken to help stave off heart disease, high blood pressure, and high cholesterol, while prebiotics and probiotics can support gut and vaginal health. Relieve vaginal dryness and prevent painful intercourse with hyaluronic acid suppositories or cream, coconut oil, olive oil, and water-based lubricants. Reduce stress and enhance sleep to lower cortisol and combat the weight gain that is almost universal at this stage. Finally, seek out a gynecologist dedicated to treating women in perimenopause and menopause, Lochner said. There are many new treatments to help women improve their quality of life during this difficult time, she added. Stick with FDA-approved treatments prescribed by someone you know and trust. Well, I'm sorry, Tad. You unfortunately had to go through my change and the children's puberty many years ago, and while they have made it through puberty, I am still suffering. As you know, turn the fan on, turn the air conditioning up. It's hot in here.
And so it goes. It's just a part of life.
But will
You
it
learn to-
ever end? I don't think so.
For your sake, I wish it would, but it
Yes.
doesn't look like it's going to do that.
It doesn't. Anyway,
On to the next story, which has to do with a zoo in Denmark, which is asking for donations of small pets as food for its predators. Sounds like a horror movie, doesn't it? Well, the Aalborg Zoo said it's trying to mimic the natural food chain of the animals housed there for the sake of both animal welfare and professional integrity, and other assurances such as the pets will be greatly, or gently, I should say, euthanized by trained staff. The zoo in northern Denmark explained in a Facebook post that if you have a healthy animal that needs to be given away for various reasons, feel free to donate it to us. The zoo points to guinea pigs, rabbits, and chickens as possible donations. After being euthanized, the animals will be used as fodder. Let that bounce around your mind for a little bit. I still don't like this whole idea, but, they have a point, I guess. That way, they say nothing goes to waste, and we ensure natural behavior, nutrition, and well-being of our predators, said the zoo. The online call for pet donations is accompanied by a picture of a wildcat baring its teeth with its mouth wide open and a link to the zoo's website, noting that the facility is also interested in receiving horses. Nothing about dogs and cats, fortunately. The zoo, which could not immediately be reached for additional details, does not list other pets or animals as possible donations.
Well, if you think about it, it probably is a good idea not to let things go to waste, but it is also hard to think about your beloved pet becoming food for a zoo animal.
Well, the natural chain.
I know.
But yeah, it is kind of hard to visualize
It's
that.
hard to come to grips with.
Yeah.
On July 25th, it was reported that an unnamed man in Argentina won a court appeal against Google for harm to his dignity after the company's Street View camera captured him walking around his yard naked. The dispute began in 2017 when the man and his house, with a house number clearly visible, were posted to Google's system. He said the images exposed him to ridicule at work and among his neighbors. A lower court ruled against him, saying he was walking around in inappropriate conditions in the garden of his home. But appeals judges disagreed and awarded him about $12,500. The invasion of privacy is blatant, they wrote. Well, he was walking around naked in his yard. So if the Google car comes by, you get what you get.
Yeah, he's just comfortable in his own body and strolling around and minding his own business. Had no idea Google was going to be cruising by.
That's just it. You never know.
You never know. Finally, only you can prevent stupidity. When an unarmed man got caught after stealing Smokey the Bear signs from state forests in Florida, Smokey himself was on hand to aid in the arrest on July 31st. Agriculture Commissioner Wilton Simpson said the suspect had traveled from Pensacola to Orlando. Of course, this happened in Florida. Where else? Lifting the signs and posting them on Facebook Marketplace for $1,900 each. Such a deal. Smokey held the door open for the perp as he entered the patrol truck and was seen in the driver's seat after the arrest.
When I was a little girl, I was afraid of Smokey Bear when he would come on those commercials. Only you can prevent forest fires.
Only
It scared
you.
me.
Yeah, it is just really kind of off the chart pervy almost.
Well, he was just had a deep voice and he was scary.
They didn't mean it that way, but it came across that way anyway. That's a wrap for this pointless global news. Be sure to follow us wherever you get your podcasts. I'm Tad Flaky.
I'm Lilibet Flaky.
Stay pointless, my friend.